Hello, big beautiful world. Today we're flying out of lovely Queenstown here in sunny NZ, and we are going to take up, no, not a tube liner, don't be kooky. We're taking up this little sucker, the A1R Design Bureau, the beautiful Ryan with its very fresh livery of the Interbellum, the Golden Wings colours. But check out how cool the Scarab, the Warner Scarab, Super Scarab or Scarab, looks. With the individuals, I can't even speak my own language again, the individual cylinders numbered and beautiful. I forget who makes a prop, it's not, it would have been several makers I think for this puppy. But yeah, it's, I just love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's hop in and go for a run around the lake, eh? So, I'm just going to do a quick dawn flight up the coast. Well, I won't say quick, it's probably going to be about 20 minutes or so. Usual long suffering thing. Nice and easy for all these puppies. I know you guys must be sick of it, the whole no-brainer aspect for a lot of my aircraft that I love flying in, but I'm alright with it, and I hope you are too. Yep, all of the above. At least we are, so it's just the right amount. We can hopefully bring that off at some point. So fuel is good. Ooh, mixture's good. Full rich. How are we doing on the... Okay, anti-icing of the donk. We're going to bring it to about halfway. We are in NZ and it's winter. Oh, let's open her up because I love the note on this Scarab. Ah, just gorgeous. Fantastic, fan-freaking-tastic. Without further ado, let's get up. It's it's a great note on the Scarab. So that's the same donk that powered a lot of the early Cessnas, a lot of the early radials actually, the just pre-war to post-war. It's kind of Scarab dominated for the best part of 20 years, I think, engine-wise. But yeah, it's a long haul for an engine, and you know, if you've ever watched any of my other vids, you know I don't even know what I'm looking for when I fly these suckers, which I'm okay with. I'm looking for the fantasy, not fantasy necessarily, but the whole escapist aspect of it. And does this fit the bill? Well, you decide for yourself. I think it does. I reckon it does to a freaking T, as with all the other A1R Design Bureau creatures and many others besides. Now, yeah. We're going to head off towards the east before cycling back. Now, I don't know what it's going to be like, so I don't want to tempt fate, as it were. I've flown this a couple of times last week and I absolutely freaking loved it. Absolutely freaking loved it. And give us some pedal power. And we're away. We are away just like that. We're off the ground. That's a bit special. Very sweet. I'm going to trim up to keep coming up. We'll take a round over the river. So yeah, it's just fires my imagination, this one, like the STA. Did A1R ever do the STA in floats, even on the older versions? I'm not sure. I is not sure, peeps. Look at that water. Yeah, no freaking way you catch me going for a swim at this hour of the day, at this time of year. just lots of no right there. Lovely on the climb, just very gentle. Here over the fuel, the pump can come off. Let's get down there, shall we? Cool. So it's not paper planing, it's quite quick on the manoeuvring, etc, etc. You can see me being rough as guts with her, but I don't think it's paper planing at all. It feels good, feels responsive. It feels like an interbellum aircraft should, especially those between the wars colours. Who doesn't love the gold and the blue on a beautiful day like today? Let's trim it down a bit. She wants to run away from us. Let's not muck about. Let's not muck about. See how Python sketch went. We're just going to trim. I understand the new ski slopes over yonder. We'll be heading over there next year. I rather like that idea. Yeah, I understand that the new update that's coming addresses the whole pitch thing. They've improved the pitch immensely. The trim thing. There's absolutely no doubt that the trim has improved substantially. But I think we all want, in terms of, and I thought it was just me, but there's actually a few people I've spoken with about it. They see the trim settings as adjunct to the altitude, which of course is not true. It's there to alleviate speed against, well, it's partially true, but yeah, it's there to the poor man's autopilot, where you set your trim and you can forget it, whether you're climbing, descending. It takes the pressure off the stick or the yoke, and that's really its primary function. So yeah, interesting. Alright, let's bring her back to about 80% power. Grab our postcards, and Zed, you're looking a bit glorious this time of year. Pull out a bit, because we're just going to follow that road around. Bring around over the lake. Yeah, so I will at some point do a recording of the Latic, the new Red Wings, like the 28, because it is again similar to a unique flight experience from the late 20s or mid 20s, and 100 years ago. Wow. And I don't think there's any doco with it. I've done some poodling about with it. I really love the flight dynamics. Anyone who remembers the old Arc-en-Ciel, the rainbow that I did, very similar flight characteristics and really quite pleasant. The interesting thing about the Red Wing, like their Zeppelin, is that it has you got your mechanic / co-pilot on board, and he'll do all the checklists for you. You just focus on keeping it steady and keeping it going. But you've got realistic flight or semi-realistic flight models and interesting things like that. Now, I didn't find a way to control C it to get out of the cockpit to do a walk around. It just throws you straight into it and all the rest of it. So I might ask Bertrand through Facebook, or just reach out to him and say, is there a manual for this bucket? Probably one up on the website that I just didn't see. So, how freaking glorious, hey? Go New Zealand, you good thing. You good thing. The morning light. Very special. Now over yonder, oh, hang on. Yeah, that valley there. You can't see it through the A pillar. But that valley there, over at our 10, is that'll take you over to Milford Sound. Over in the west or northwest, and that's really cool. I do the longer run, but Jesus Christ, I'm bored of the sound of my own voice, let alone how you cats must feel. But this is just to let you have a squiz of what this puppy's all about. Now, there we go. Yeah, so hopefully you won't be wrestling with the trim too much in the future. This will be good, because it is, as they say, just there to help you find your eye line and be your poor man's autopilot. So what else? Yeah, I'm so tempted to, not that I have money burning a hole in my pocket at the moment, but I'm so tempted to either get the Cowan Sims CH1, the Cessna, or the Targs Hammer, Targs Hammer Hanger, the Killer Egg, the little bird, the Coyotes, and at some point hopefully I'll have the honour of owning them both. But that being said, which one will I fly the most? It's a darn good question, because I'll be the first to admit I haven't been using many choppers up here in the sim. In fact, I think I only flew one of the Robinsons and found that a lot of fun. And ended up reloading the old Karmov, the open top the Karmov, the Russian Karmov. But there are plenty of good choppers up there at the moment. But of course, Hanger. I don't know why the hell I keep saying hammer. But yeah, love the old Alouette, love the Llama. Was drooling there for a while about the Huey, didn't grab it, but that's okay. There's enough up there. But this is my jam, really. These beasties are my jam. For that exact reason. It doesn't get much better than that. Look at that. Look at that. What the hey? And the CH1, frankly, has some really cool looking flight properties that they definitely look to make it a unique experience. So I don't know if any of you cats have any feedback one way or the other. Likely I'll definitely get the tower built at some point or another, but I'm actually interested in the CH1 because of that whole 150, 140, 150 cockpit with rotors on top. Like, is it the FW89 Fokker-Wulf or Fokker? The Fokker Achgelis projects. Yeah, but who was it? Not any Riefenstahl. Who was the German aviatrix? Nazi aviatrix. Flew into the Olympiastadion stadium with. In any case, we are going to bring this down to Glenorchy, which theoretically should be pretty much dead ahead. That strip in front of us. Although all the lights have gone out because it is dawn after all. We'll fly over it and then come around, I think. What are we on? We're at about 3,000 hour. Drop the juice back, get around to around 2,000 if we can. Makes 2,500. Yeah, get it to behave itself right about there. Lovely. Yeah, CH1. What else? There's the freeware Eronka at the VFR France site, and the only reason I came across that was because I saw a cool paint job up on flightsim.to. Now, if any of you guys, or any of you guys and gals ever got the Canso, the PBY 5B, the Catalina, up on the VFR France site, I think it was called. They've got the Aronca up there as well for it. So, and you get both the float plane and the spattered wheels, I think even the unspattered wheels. So they give you quite a variety for nothing. So I don't know what it's like yet. I haven't taken her up. I've got it loaded. Just haven't got her in yet. But that looks pretty cool as well. In fact, it'd be ideal for flying around here with all the lakes and all the rest of it. But the other thing about the CH1, and I don't know why I keep coming back to that, I mean, I should just be happy with what I've got, but nobody is, are they? Not in simulator land. Is they reached an altitude that's been excelled, so it'd be interesting to fly it up around here because it's quite an altitude, like the Llama or the Alouette. They are the two, I think, altitude record holders. So that's a little bit cool. Another reason to have a crack at it. What else? Other than that, I just keep making noises about building my own planes. And not for lack of the quality, obviously, on what I see around me. It's just that my taste tends to run more towards the weird and wackies, like the Miles, Libellula, the M35, M39, M35B, M39, the Henschel 129, the Focke-Wulf 189, the Falcon, or Falca. So there's our field. In fact, we're probably even coming from the north, I think. I don't think there's much wind up. And, you know, some obscure aircraft like that. The P40 actually had a twin variant, and the viz on that must have been goddamned awful. But I'd love to see it in flight sim land to see if that holds true. So there's the old P40. You know, it was a Flying Heavens P40. But you know, the twin made it kind of look like a bit of a bow fighter in a way. And Bristol had the Buckingham and the Brigand, and you know, the other, based on the successes to the Beaufighter. So all those things, I'd like to explore those more in the sim, in terms of flight property and stuff, especially that pre-war, post-war era. In fact, go back earlier, you got the annular aircraft of the early days of flight, and let's actually put her over the ridge line and bring her back. But yeah, all kinds of, with the Flying Flapjack, the Zimmerman, the Void XF5V1, the SAC A6 from Germany, used the donk of an ME108, I think it was a Typhoon. In fact, I think it was just an Argus, but again on the full circular planform. And I think it had the cockpit of a 109 and the tail of a 109. But the donk, the Argus, fixed undercarriage of a 109 or a 108, maybe the same thing. So all kinds of weird and wacky crap out there. Was it the short S20? No, that's the short Mayo composite, I think. But no, they had the Blackburn S20, which was the fuselage. It was a triple float job, so you had your outriggers, and you had your central float. The central float integrated into the fuselage, and they said, you know, it was a complete failure. That's not true. As I understood it, it actually got damaged on landing up in Scotland. So, but I think there was a pilot's report that said no, it's actually pretty nice. Now we are on. What are we on? Now one of the things with this thing is, you have a look. It's got dive brakes, like a Dauntless. Look at those puppies, perforations. How cool is that? How creepy is that? That's so weird. So we're going to keep the dives open, pretty much flaps one really. See if we can bring her in, because she's really a little bit floaty, this thing, like the Chiltern. She'll bounce if you let it, so I want to try and keep it down to around 60. Actually, yeah, 60 should do it. Might even require full flaps, I think. But yeah, this is such a lovely little beast, honestly. It's a good looking, really clean lines, sweet lines. You could use with a bit of grubbying up, but I don't care. It's really quite nice as is. It's a pretty short runway this, so hopefully we're going to be okay. Yeah, really lovely. I love all these cats, the A1R crew and all the rest of it, their planes. They're just unique, I guess, in terms of what they offer up, and that just appeals to me immensely. Cool. I'm going to cut the throttle just about now. There we go. Okay, kiddo, you can do your thing now.
Well done. Smooth landing.
Thanks, mate. Alright, flaps up. Didn't even bring the pump back in, but you know, I mean, just an naughty individual, what can I say? Let's double back. Where are we? I forget where we are. Back along the line, I think. Flaps all the way through. Yeah, there we are, back here. Oh wow, what a lovely time to fly. What a beautiful flight. Fantastic. Look, big beautiful world. I thank you for joining in and putting up with my mumbling. It's very considerate of you to waste some time with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. Let's get her off actually. Let's have a look. What have we got? There we go. Yeah. Let's just put her over here. And hop out and admire the wild, wild place that is Glenorchy. Right, handy on. All the magic lights off. Yep. 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 Ah, yeah, I'll be flying this sucker a whole lot. I love it. Yeah. Definitely staying in my modest little collection. That's it, big beautiful world. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you have yourself a darn fine weekend. Alright, clan, stay well, stay safe. See you later. Bye.